Mic check. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. If you can hear me, please kindly drop a comment in the chat section. Yeah. Nevertheless, let's get started. Shumiyat says we are live. Hey, what's up, guys? Aremu Smog here from Web Boss, and welcome to this month's edition of Beyond the Code. So, Beyond the Code is a Web Boss monthly series where we focus on the soft sides of tech. Like every or anybody can teach you how to write code, how to use Figma to design, or teach you product management. But one of the things that don't get talked often is things like, oh, how do you get your first job? How to write your resume? What your first 100 days would look like on a new job? Just those soft and just those psychological aspects of tech. And that's what we do at Beyond the Code, talking to you beyond the code, even though you're a person in tech. And for this month's edition, we'll be talking about what it is like to be dating or get married to someone who is in tech, that is a tech bro or a tech sis. Is it just about the money? Is it rocket science? Are these people close-minded? And so many more. So we have an amazing lineup of speakers, of people who are in relationship or married to people in tech. So they will introduce themselves, they will talk to you about what they do, what their partner does, and so on and so forth. So coming up first, we have uh, Damilare, Drey, Afolabi. Can you kindly introduce yourself, your name, what you do, and what your partner who is in tech does?
Greetings everybody. Right. Good afternoon. My name is Damilare Afolabi, also known as Drey. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So um I'm so blessed to be married to um Mrs. Mary Afolabi. I'm a musician and a fine artist. My wife is a brand communicator. She likes to say to describe her work. She's a brand communicator, works at First Canvas, a partner at First Canvas. So I think that pretty much.
Awesome, thank you so much. Up next, we have Oyinloye Oyinkansola, who is a PM intern and an entrepreneur. So your name, what you do, and what your partner, who is in tech, does.
Oh,
Oyin, your mic is mute.
yeah, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Oyinkansola Oyinloye, and yeah, I am a product management intern. I'm interning to become a product manager, and yeah, I I'm also into entrepreneur. Sometimes I model, that's just like a side stuff. Yeah, and my partner is a software engineer, so that's.
Amazing. Thank you so much for the intro, Oyin. Up next, we have Faje Oluwaseun Marvelous. Can you kindly introduce yourself, your name, what you do, and what your partner, who is in tech, does? Marvelous. Oh, you can't hear me. How about now? Can you hear me now?
I can't
Hi,
hear
Marvelous.
anything.
Can you
Let's
hear
see.
me?
I'm not hearing anything.
Oh, wow. Sorry, give me a sec. Sorry, can anybody else hear me? Oyin, can you hear me? Dre, can you hear me? Dre, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, wow.
I
Let me
I
try
can
and
hear.
add Marvelous to the stream again, and let's see if you should be able to hear me. Hi, Marvelous. Can you hear me now? Oh, so I'm guessing it's our internet or something. So we just proceed, right, to the various questions that we have, and maybe when our internet is restored, then she will introduce herself. So the very first question that I have here, so these questions, I'm actually hoping this session will be more of a chit chat and not like question and answer or exam kind of thing. So I'm going to start with what I probably should be ending with. And the question is there anything special about dating or getting married to a tech bro or a tech sis? Like, is there anything special about it? Dre, do you want to go first?
Yeah. Um, just really thinking about is there anything special? Um, well, maybe I'm not sure. I'm not looking from outside, so I'm not sure if there is. It's special. I don't know what's not special with in other relationship. Like being in, I don't know what's been in a relationship with someone who is not Texas is. So I don't know. I think it's special. I don't know what nothing special is.
Awesome. Uh, let's hear Oyin's perspective on this.
Okay,
So,
yeah,
Oyin,
well, yeah.
no worry,
All
go
right.
ahead.
So I feel like there are lots of things that are special about my network. Sorry, my network is not very good. So yeah, there are quite a number of things. You know, it's very nice when you get to see the world from this kind of perspective. They're intelligent. I mean, intelligent, and they're quite simple. And I mean, everything is just the fact that you get to see they know what they are doing. They know and they enjoy what they do. So that's kind of like, and there are lots of, trust me. Well, I would not like to say, but lots of things that are special about dating a tech bro. It's been an interesting journey for me. It's been very interesting. I've been able to learn and unlearn and know so many other things with my own, with my own with what I do. So it has been very interesting, and there are lots of special things about that. So
Amazing. So, if I got you right, the interesting thing or the special thing about dating a tech bro is one, they are smart, they're intelligent, right? The second thing is it allows you as an individual to see the world from another angle or another perspective. And the third thing is for you, it has been an interesting journey so far, I think. Yeah. I think Marvelous is back in the studio. Sorry, radio days. I think Marvelous is back now and she can introduce herself. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Hello? We can hear you, Marvelous. I can hear you, Marvelous.
Okay, good afternoon. Sorry, I don't know if my network is bad or something. I don't know. I was not just hearing you again the other
Oh,
time. But I can hear you well now.
internet.
Sorry, what did you say?
So I said maybe you could turn off your camera. Okay. Is it better now? Can you hear me better now?
Yes, I can hear you well now.
Oh, awesome. So can you quickly introduce yourself? Your name, what you do, and what your partner in tech, what he does.
Okay. My name is Faje Oluwaseun Marvelous. I'm an event planner. I make cakes. I go into interior and exterior decoration. And he is a content strategist, he's a writer, he's a business analyst, and he works remotely too. So that's that about that.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much for the introduction. So maybe you could quickly chip in. What is there anything special about dating a tech bro? Like, is there anything special about dating a tech bro?
Okay, tech brothers. Okay, let me say from my own view, they're always committed, they're always calm, they're always smart and well organized. So that's what I can say about them. Though they always know what they are doing, and they always have a aim that they want to reach. They always target it at achieving something in particular. So they're always committed and calm. That's just the summary, and they're caring too.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much. So from what Marvelous has said, tech bros are committed. So they don't owe around. They have a goal and they chase it. Tech bros and tech Cs, right? They have a goal and they chase it down. They are smart, they're intelligent. Well, considering I'm a tech bro myself, that means I have all of these qualities. I'm legit feeling myself right now that I have sense. Somebody say I am intelligent. Amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. Does anyone else want to share thoughts? Dre, Oyin, any further thoughts on what is special about dating a tech bro in Texas?
Taking clue from what Oyin said and what Marvel said, you know, be able to see something being built from scratch, or from bringing up, bringing together different elements. I'm talking about what I see my wife do, bringing together different elements, and being able to create beauty and content, like amazing content out of you know all different elements, and it comes together to become something really, really, really beautiful. It's really amazing. That shows that my partner is smart and committed. Like just as um, they have said, there's commitment, there's intelligence, there is creativity generally, which I think that's one of the things that drew me to her, not drew us to herself. Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Oyin, any further thoughts in like 30 seconds or less?
Well, there are no much, just everything that has been said. There's no lie. So true, actually. So there are lots of things that's special about dating somebody in tech. It's always extra and just out of it just brings you out of the normal perspective of maybe how you see the world, and you just get to see the world from another perspective. So it's very nice, very nice.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Sorry, thank you everyone for joining this session so far. If you are wondering what this session is about, this is Beyond the Code, and the topic we are discussing is dating or getting married to a tech bro or sis. If you are not subscribed to the Webboss YouTube channel, kindly click the subscribe button below. You can join the conversation by dropping comments in the comment section. If you have any questions for our audiences, share this video with people around you as well, your family and friends. And yeah, let's continue the show. So the next question is, which is very similar to the first question. We've known the special thing about dating a tech bro, getting married to a tech sis. The question now is, what is the hardest part of dating a tech bro? Oyin, do you want to go first on that?
Wow. Yeah. Hmm. The hardest part is the fact that they actually usually don't have time. I mean, everybody works and nobody has time, but these people are always busy. Always busy. Though they try to find time, but they're always busy. Always busy. I mean, they literally forget to eat. They forget to eat. I don't know if you also do it, Aremu, but then they forget to eat. They don't remember that they've not eaten. So yeah, that's one hard part. They're always busy. They don't have time for most other things. It's just always work, work, work. No time for any other thing, and food. So yeah, that may be one for me.
Amazing, amazing. So if I add Oyin correctly, the problem with you tech bros is that you are always working. No time for yourself, no time to eat, no time for your bae or boo. And you can see your partners are here saying, please do better on that. So Dre, what's the hardest part of getting married to a Texas?
Okay. I know that being a creative myself, I know that putting together creativity a lot and working in that kind of space, takes a lot of commitment in terms of time and attention and everything. So that can be a bit challenging, but I've gotten to know, because I actually know that this is what is involved. And like I said, I'm a creative myself, being a musician and a painter, a painting artist. I know that it takes a lot of um, time and attention to be able to create, and it can be challenging sometimes. It can be challenging sometimes, and also another thing is because of the nature of the work she does. Sometimes she gets to receive call at very odd hours, and
Sorry, Dre.
uh,
Some
yeah,
people are complaining that they are finding it difficult to hear you, and
okay,
they don't want
what
to
time?
miss out on the wisdom. The volume,
Okay, can you hear me better now?
I think it's better. Comment section. Can anybody hear Dre better now? Comment section, please. Can anybody hear Dre better now? Dre, can you maybe you can continue speaking if they can hear if they can't hear you better, then probably they will just like
Okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah, like I was saying, but I remember you can hear me, right?
Yeah, it's much better now
Okay,
for me.
I can almost swallow the mic. So, like I was saying, it takes a lot of attention and a lot of time to be able to, you to be productive in that line of work. And I understand being a creative myself, so I know, but it can be challenging sometimes, you know, because uh, the partnership, you need attention. Sometimes you need the attention of your spouse, and sometimes she's really busy working, and I just have to understand and wait and everything. And also, sometimes she gets to receive calls or get to receive messages or get to call at odd hours because someone something needs to be something needs to be delivered, some project needs to be rounded up, and sometimes that includes getting to do all like work work late. Sometimes receive call late. Um, sometimes you know the software you know she gets to collaborate a lot of collaborative work. Sometimes it's at very difficult hours, and I just have to um, to try to understand better. So that can be difficult actually. This just like what she said, it's time and attention, you know, and I understand that a lot of attention needs to be for productivity. A lot of attention needs to be given to the work.
I see. I see. Thank you so much. So, summary of what Drea said, receiving calls at odd hours because the work is demanding and the fact that you need to collaborate with a lot of people. So, you're not doing it alone, right? So, if you are looking to get married or date a tech bro, know that by 12 a.m., you might receive a call when you think that he or she is in dreamland, or when you want to call you just hear, dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. So Marvelous, can you quickly share your thoughts on this? What are the hardest parts of dating a tech bro?
You can hear me. Where is it?
Uh I think our network is still down. I think our network is still down. Uh, okay. Let's move on to the next question. Let's move on to the next question. And the next question is very similar to the last one. So right now we know the special thing about dating a tech bro. We know how hard it can be to date a tech bro or get married to a tech sis, the difficulties, right? So the next question is, as someone with a full-time engagement as well. So for example, Dre is a musician and is a fine artist. is a fine artist. Like I've seen some of Drey's work. The first jazz music produced by a Nigerian that I heard, and I'm like, oh wow, Nigerians can make this, was actually by Drey. So I'm sure that that's a lot of work before it could come alive, right? So the question is, being someone with that much activity yourself, how do you manage the dynamics of being in a relationship with someone who is always busy as well? Right? Like, do you guys even go on dates, or is it that Dre is just locked up in the studio all day making good music while his partner is just in front of the laptop all day, and everybody at the end of the day just say, my wife, how are you? Good morning. My wife, good night, to and everything. So, like, how do you handle that dynamics, Dre?
Yes, so I can tell you it's a lot of dynamics in terms of uh sometimes when she's working, like the beauty of this is that I'm a creative myself. Some of the elements or some of the terms and whatever is involved in her line of work, I'm not a novice to her line of work. I've gotten trained in that line too. When we were in school, we did graphics, sculpture. So I get to understand some of the things she does, and sometimes we get to do the work together. I mean that's one of the beautiful things also that I didn't mention about being married to a Texas. Sometimes you get to do the work together. Um, I'm a color person myself, for instance. I'm a color person myself. Sometimes we discuss colors, and one of the beautiful things about my wife is she's known for being, some people call her color goddess. So let me put it this way: behind the color goddess, there's always color. Is it God now? I'll call it.
A color
Let me
god.
put it that way. In it, yes. So sometimes we get to do the work together. Um, you know, sometimes she's sharing, her the state of the work, the current state. What do I think? Um, to a point where I'm like I'm actually like part of Fourth Canvas. I'm unofficially part of Fourth Canvas because the Fourth Canvas is an amazing team where you know they're like an extension of my family, like they're my friends because they're even like my partner because it's like we're all together in it just because my wife works in Fourth Campus and does all the work. Sometimes, like I was saying, you get to discuss the work together, discuss you know, the state of the work. Sometimes she asks for advice. Also, most of the times, of course, the first person that gets to hear my music is my wife. You know, Mary, I've done something. Please come. Sometimes she's even cooking. She has to listen. So I'm playing from the studio, and she's listening from the kitchen, and she gets to tell me her opinion and everything. Just like one project I'm working on, I already sent her before anyone else. They get to listen. Just listen. I'm working on my second album now. Of course, she knows all the songs. Oh, I mean, because she is like I was saying, like when I started, we actually do the work together. You know, it's beautiful, and it kind of cancels the part where um, partner doesn't have time for partner, and I think this is I want to encourage um, everyone. It's a beautiful thing that Oyi is also in line of you know product, and she's gotten to learn a lot from her partner, and she's like you said applying and everything. So if we can have a situation where the partner is learning from the other partner and they get to do the work together, it's going to help a lot. It's going to build a relationship, get it strong. That's what I think.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dre. I think my major takeaway from what you said is get involved in what your partner is doing. So even though the dynamics exist, it really makes it easier for you to understand what they are doing. So, for example, you are dating a front-end engineer, and you just see this guy in front of laptop typing bunch of rubbish, and you're not even involved. You're just like, we'll just be doing your thing. It becomes difficult to understand what they are doing, right? And also, the place of work, like if there are opportunities to mingle with the colleague of your partner, try and do it because it helps you make them feel like your family. You know that, oh, this is the state of things and all of that, right? So I think that's something that is really helpful. That it is the dynamics will always exist because you just gave an example of you doing music and probably she not even doing something related to tech, probably cooking, and you still like, oh, come into this, right? And she's still able to listen to the song despite the fact that she's even doing something that is not even related to her work. So being interested in your what your partner is doing goes a long way. It helps in managing the dynamics. Oyin, do you want to share some thoughts on that? How do you manage the dynamics of you picking up as a PM intern and also like you're an entrepreneur, you do modeling and all those things. Like how do you manage all of these dynamics with somebody who's always in front of their laptop?
Oh, wow, that's a very huge question. Okay, yeah, so Dre is very, very correct. And I would say that we have the same thoughts and mindsets, and like everything is said is very right. So, one thing I would like to add is being intentional, being intentional about creating time for each other. And just like he said, when the other person is working, my partner works, and I'm not the coding person. That's why I'm into PM. That's why I'm into product management. So I'm not the type of person to code. I don't really enjoy that, but I try to, give him support. Sometimes he's explaining something he's about to do or he's trying to do to me. And sometimes I don't totally understand. But I'm like, okay, yeah, yeah, that's nice. So I get to, just give him moral support, mental support, and I just cheer him up and I'm like, okay, as much as sometimes I don't understand, but sometimes I do understand and I can add to and just talk about whatever it is I was talking about. So yeah, that's just it. So one important thing is being intentional about making time for each other, and every little opportunity you get, just try to make something out of it. So we're not the people to wake up in the morning and then I wake up and I get a good morning text like as early as maybe 7, 8 or whatever. We don't talk sometimes till around 10, 9, 10, 11, and we both have tried to get used to that, and we've tried to just do something around that. And yeah, we know we've gotten used to it, and we talk. Just sometimes he's talking and he's in front of the system doing something, and I'm also doing something. So we just try to be intentional about it. So that's just it, and yeah, learning from each other, and so that's just basically it. Yes.
The key word is be intentional. It should not be
Yeah.
based on vibes and inshallah, not just that. We are dating. I love you. I love you. Like be intentional.
Yeah. Be
Yeah,
intentional about it. Correct.
yeah, makes so much sense. Thank you so much for that. Dre, there's a question for you here by Lisa George, and the question says that, Dre, how do you manage all this as a man without getting jealous?
Okay. Uh, how do I manage without getting jealous? Okay, that's how that one. The question has a lot to do with me than the. Okay, so let me put it this way. First, like I said, I know most of the people my wife is working with, and I also know that the success of my wife at a place of work is my success also. So, what could make me jealous? Maybe okay, attention. Maybe the attention I think I deserve has been, splitted, and part of it is given out to clients and place of work and everything. But how do I manage that? Honestly, I'm just really getting to think about it. That's to say that I wasn't getting jealous. Actually, I think I should start getting jealous. I'm just joking, right? But I pretty much I think I have a good partner, and she has been able to handle herself well, and to the point where I don't even think about being jealous. Um, so for maybe a partner who is who thinks I'm just really getting to think what could be applicable, what could help. I think just like we said, if you get to that point, I think one of the things that can make you jealous is when there is not enough um, conversation and openness and when you don't talk a lot and the openness is not you know is not encouraged. So if you're open enough, if the partners are open enough to each other, you guys will be on the same page, and that will help to counsel or help with the negative emotions. I think pretty much.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much. I think a major takeaway from me is your personality as an individual goes a long way. So if naturally you're a jealous person, maybe a tech bro or a tech is not meant for you because there will always be client meetings. Like there will always be client meetings. His or her laptop is probably the second boyfriend or the second husband, and if you know that you can't take it that somebody that you want to be in a relationship with or get married to like has to give you 100% attention, early morning attention, afternoon attention, evening attention, then maybe you should just steer clear from a tech bro.
Maybe I'll
Not to
start being
marginalize anybody.
jealous. I'll start.
Please don't get jealous so that Mary will not blame me for because she was the one that suggested you, so that she will not say, ah, why did I not suggest this man? Please don't get jealous. So
Actually, there's nothing to be jealous about because the beauty of it is you want to see your partner succeed, and like I said, sometimes you actually have to go out of your way um, to make sure that happens.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I think the next question, sorry, which I think I'll be throwing to Oyin is this. So Oyin,
Yeah.
so
Sorry.
oh oh you are testing your speaker again.
Yeah,
And
I
by
think
the
so.
way, for anybody for anybody who plans to use StreamYard, StreamYard has this amazing speaker tester, like amazing music. That's what she was playing. Yeah, but let's get back to the show. Please, if you're just joining the show, this is Beyond the Code. Beyond the Code is a monthly series by Web Boss where we discuss things beyond writing code. So, for example, this month's session is called Dating and Getting Married to a Tech Bro or Sis. So we do this every month, last Friday of the month. And yeah, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe, like, drop comments in the comment section. Thank you for coming. Let's continue the show. So, Wayne, so do you
Yes.
have any experience of how work almost caused issues in your relationship? So the fact that how you guys had issues and it was as a result of your partner's work. Do you have any experiences and how did you guys like work around that?
Well, I think most of the issues we had in past was because today, I'm used to it. So basically, I understand everything. But when we were new in the relationship, I had some. It was just probably minor issues like time. You don't have time, the work, and all of that. You get so it was just basically the fact that there was no much time, and then me coming newly into the relationship, we both coming newly into the relationship, we had to just, adjust to some things, make some compromises, just get used to some things, just like I said before, and being intentional. So yeah, there were issues like time, we've not talked since, and all of that. But I think we were able to settle most of those issues with time. So and today we don't have those issues anymore. But today, the issues we have are just like you've not eaten, what's the problem, and you don't have time for yourself. At least find time to do it for yourself, even if you would not be able to do whatever else, but at least do this for yourself, and basically. So we thank God.
Yeah,
God, it's just God has just been managing everything because I'm sure that there have been times when we would have had big issues, but then it just end up being yeah, just being
amazing,
managed.
amazing. So if I got you right, like for you guys, it was an evolution. So there was a point where there were issues due to work, but you
Yeah,
learned to adapt that, oh, this is
yeah,
a part of this person, and you just
yeah,
learned to like accept it. But
yeah.
the things that are causing issues right now are beyond work. It's even like, guy, just stay alive, like don't die. Don't kill yourself for me. Like it's
Yeah, more like that.
yeah, like so it's even so it has even gone beyond the fact that so which means that no matter how what do you call it, how busy your partner is, their intake and all of those things. You can always work around it. Just accepting that this is a part of this person's life can go
Yeah,
a long way
exactly.
in relieving
Yes.
that
Because trust me,
headache.
sometimes personality wants to come in. Because you're somebody that likes to, you love attention so much. You like to be talked to. You like to always be on the phone with this person, as much as there's distance between you two. But then you always have to, no matter how attached you can be, you always have to just try to compromise, and just try to be in control of whatever it is. So yeah, and that's very possible. Trust me, it's very possible.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let's hear what Marvelous have to say on this.
All right.
Let me remove. Okay. So Marvelous, has there been a time where work has been the issue between you and your partner, and how did you guys like work around it?
Okay, just like Oni said, it's always about no time. There's not always time. He's always busy. That was when we started at first, though. So that's like the major issue we used to have, like not having time to call, not having time like that. But then gradually we began to grow. Like myself, I'm also busy. I got myself something doing. So that's no longer an issue because I'm also involved in something. So even if he doesn't have time, like I'm quite busy too. But and also sometimes maybe he gives a particular task to one of his staff to do, then maybe the person didn't deliver well. That can destabilize him emotionally. Like he won't just be happy, he will just be down. Like he won't be happy at all. Like I'll be like, what's wrong? Like nobody has to allow this to affect us. But just gradually we are learning to grow and learning to understand each other well. Because these tech brothers, they want you to support them both mentally, emotionally. If they are not happy, like you said, he can't be happy because he's not happy about a particular thing, so or he's having a problem with a particular task. So you have to be there for him. You have to support him mentally and emotionally. So that's just it. Understanding each other and sacrificing for each other very well. So that's just what I can say about that.
Amazing, amazing thoughts, Marvelous. So I think the things that stood out from me from the things that Marvelous said is understanding that I think from what Marvelous and Oyin said is acceptance, accepting that this person is busy is very important. Second thing is if you are not an idle person, and this is not to throw anybody uh, under the bus, but you feel like maybe you're not doing something that engages you on a daily basis to the point that you have 24 hours to be on the call with somebody, then maybe you just need to have some rethink. Like a tech bro is not for you. You may have the money to spend, but then the time will not always exist, right? And also the fact that accepting that, and it's very similar to what Drey has said initially to that, your partner's success, you should see it as your success, which means that their whatsoever frustration they are facing at work is also your frustration. So it's not just to be there for them physically, say, oh, I'm here, oh, fine girl, or I'm here, oh, handsome boy, but there to be also be there to support them emotionally. I remember that one of the qualities that we have stated early enough about these tech bros and sis is that they're intelligent, they are smart. So they expect you to be able to resonate with them at that frequency. Not that, oh, I'm having issues and the person say issues and you say, God will take care of it, or God will be with you. What's the meaning of that one? So like you really need to be there. This person needs to feel like the support is there, and whatever issue that you guys have, you'll be able to like navigate through it. Thank you so much for those thoughts, Marvelous. And the next question goes to Drey, who is our only guest, who is married at this point. And the question is, so the question raw form says that if both parents are coding, who will take care of the babies? So I will reframe that question to if both partners are into tech or very busy people, like even though Dre is not into tech, is a very busy person. Mary, his partner, is also very busy. So who takes care of the baby?
That's that's serious. That's a serious question, but very important question. I was going to, you know, I have to, you know, disclaimer, disclaimer. It's not like I said. It's dynamic. It's sometimes challenging when baby comes in, or when children comes in, or child or children comes in, because now actually have to be more than a good partner or a good person at work, but also be a good parent, maybe a good father or a good mother. So um, you just have to, be aware of that and be deliberate enough to tackle it. I must say that it's not just tech bros. This is not particular to tech bros and partners alone. It's particular to everyone. And how have we been able to do it? I must say that that's one of the things I've, you know, gotten to respect about my wife, and she she does really, really, really well with taking care of her son. So there is like at some point it was really challenging, and I'm not telling you it's not challenging, but to a point, gotten to, well, or we're learning to find a balance, but gotten better, way better. So at some point we had to, so that my wife will have time and I will have time. We had to take the child to crèche. That was like 4 or 5 months now. We had to, so that my wife would have assistants, we have someone else taking care of the we have a son. His name is Oluwatoni. So someone else would have to help with taking care of him at least between the hours of 7 to 2, 3 o'clock. I believe we know that we have that time for ourselves or for work without having the child around. And when the child comes, of course, we already know that when it comes at so time, the child gets to it. Point. Yeah. And basic thing that can be demanding with having children is how to base the kid, feed the kid, change diapers, uh, mix food and everything. And graciously, I've been able to learn how to change diapers from, I think, day 2 since we had Tony, and I'm learning a lot. My wife is teaching me a lot. Sometimes I'm reluctant because I'm like, come on, go and do this yourself. But I've gotten to learn that if I, you know, if she didn't get to help out, if she doesn't get to help me out when I'm taking care of the baby, if I don't get to help her out when, I mean, eventually you see that the good parenting you're looking out, to have or to be good parents that you're looking out to be, you won't be that, and your child won't be well taken care of. So I think you have to be intentional. You have to be empathetic. You know, you have to, of course, when Mary's in meeting, my son gets to poop. No one else. I know that I'm not expecting anyone else to do it. So just be empathetic. Um, be a good person enough to know that the child is also yours. So, and basically, um, the disclaimer, it can be challenging. It's not it's not always as easy. It's not. I can assure you that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dre. I think the major takeaway from me from that is, um, like when children set in, the boundary of, oh, I'm a guy, I'm a lady. I think that wall needs to be broken down such that the collaboration which we had mentioned earlier can be truly effective. So even though you're a tech bro, we know you know all the JavaScript in the world and all the HTML and the CSS, and your partner is someone who is busy or probably into tech as well. She's in a meeting and the baby's diaper needs to be changed. Do you drag her from the meeting and say, "Oh, you're the lady of the house, so yeah, come and change diaper"? Like that doesn't make any sense. So being humble enough and personality, be humble enough to learn some of these little things, and that's like make that dynamics like work. Because like we've established earlier, is the dynamics will always exist. And like Drake emphasized, it's not even a function of you're dating a tech bro, you're dating a tech sis. No matter who you're in a relationship with, no matter who you're married to, the dynamics will always exist. Being able to manage those dynamics now fall back to our personality, because before you became a tech bro or a tech sis, you're a human being. That's just the truth. So, so you should be able to do these things. You should be able to learn. Yeah. So if you can't learn, then yeah, then and like you said, for things that can be outsourced temporarily to buy time, take the baby to the crèche and all those things. You can adopt those methodologies too, so that everyone is able to get some work done. Thanks so much for sharing those thoughts, Dre. We also we're almost coming to the end of the session. So there were a couple of questions that people dropped in the Google form that we put out. So if you don't see your question being asked, it's because we've asked that question in one form or the other before, and we don't just want to repeat questions just to save our time. We plan that the session is going to be like 45 minutes, the maximum 60 minutes, and we are almost wrapping up. So there is a very interesting question here. And the question says that with the advent of remote work brought to work, how can an unmarried, introverted tech bro who stays indoors, glued to his illuminated screen, mingle with the people outside, or even end up with a bae or boo in the end? I wonder how those who are in a relationship or those who got married did it. So I'm guessing what this person is essentially saying is that you spend all your time indoors as a tech bro, everybody's working remotely, you're just glued to your laptop and all of those things, right? So how then did you get in a relationship? Considering that you're not even leaving your house or you're not even leaving your room in the first place. Important question. Somebody said very important question. Oh. So Dre, like any thoughts?
Okay. Um, so I'm just going to look at the um what um what can help. One thing you can't take out is the fact that you have to be glued to your screen to work. So in my case, I had met my wife like how many years ago now? For a long time, you know. I think we were friends for like how many years now? Maybe 10 years or 11 years before we got married. So we've been friends. But it's very important. I mean, the most important um, currency you can have is relationship. So when you have the money, who do you spend it with? Or when you have the success, who do you share it with? So I think one of the things you can do is to be deliberate enough to, go out, be more. Let me be funny now, but you should be more interactive in church because, the places that you go, the places that you go, be intentional about meeting people. So it's not just you can actually go out 1,000 times and not meet people and not my wife is still telling me that we need to do better in this part too, even though we're married. So it's not just particular to single tech bros or sis. So you need to be particular with when you go out, meet people, and try to create time to go out. Um, Pretty much also doing well with the relationship you had, past relationships. Maybe like I said, my wife and I knew when we were in Awolowo University. So I mean, if you had friends since you were young, and your secondary school, primary school, secondary school, I still have contact with some of my friends in primary school, and I still have contact with some of those people that we had some you know very interesting relationship with. So from primary school, secondary school, university, so you should do well to maintain the relationship well, and also whenever you go out, be deliberate with meeting people, and also be intentional about going out to meet people because it's all about meeting people. I know that everything is not work. As human being, you need to live a balanced life. You need to. In my case, I have not met a lot of people also, but I know people. Trust me, I know people. And the fact that you're good in what you do, there's no how. If you're great in what you do, you will know people. And trust me, I know some people. Let me even start with I know those first canvas guys. I know you are smiling, Victor. Just you understand what I'm saying. So
Yeah, true.
I mean, you have a if you have you're a tech person, you have a sister, yeah. You know your sister's
Yeah.
friend. Who say? I mean, who knows? Just take out time and know that you're human first before
Yeah,
genius. That's
yeah,
I think that should.
yeah. So key takeaways from Dre's advice. Number one, be active in church. Maybe you should go and join choir or drama unit or ushering unit. Second thing is
Or
no girl will
let
come
your
and meet
voice
you.
be the loudest. Let your voice be the loudest when
When you are praying, let those sisters hear you that
yeah,
this brother
yeah.
is a dear
I'm also
need
spiritual.
or this sister. So yeah, and I think the second thing is that no girl will walk into your room in front of your laptop and say, oh yeah, let's start a relationship, let's start a family. Like you have to go out there, you have to put yourself out there. Companies
Yes.
have companies have retreats, go out on a weekend, meet new people and stuff. And the other thing is, if you're exceptional at what you do, you naturally draw people towards you. And from the people you draw towards you, you can then filter and say, oh, these are the people who are here with true intentions, and these are the people, and that kind of thing. Yeah, really awesome thoughts. Marvelous, do you want to share thoughts on that? How tech bros or techies, how they can get into relationships?
Okay, it's just like you said, you can sit inside on your laptop and you expect a lady to just come to you. It's just a normal thing. You go outside, you'll be social a little bit too. You get familiar with ladies out there, then you know how to approach them. That's it.
I sorry, can anybody see Marvelous? Somebody suggested Tinder. I don't know about that one. No, we are not advising you to go and use Tinder because. Sorry, can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Oh, okay, yeah. Please, we are not advising you to use Tinder. You can use, well, Tinder is not a bad platform, right? But we are not suggesting any dating platforms. We are suggesting you meeting people in real life, knowing their true intentions towards you that way. So nobody, so that they will not swindle you, and you're now going to be doing documentary on Netflix and call it Tinder swindler. So, yep. Um, I think we are coming to the end of the session. We've gone through the list of all the questions that we've had. And for a close, I will just ask each of our speakers to like just share thoughts generally on dating or getting married to a tech bro. And we're starting with Oyin. Oyin, so general thoughts and advice. Tech bros, people who want to date tech bros or get married to them, like what advice do you have for them and all?
Hmm. All right, advice. I think most of the things have been said in the course of this session, and a lot of things have been picked. So one thing is realize the fact that these people are actually very busy. They are very busy. So, you coming from being maybe single or from one relationship, you don't just expect to see or to get what you got where you're coming from. So understand that they are very busy. So you also have to look for things to, because trust me, we are humans and we have feelings. So if you also don't look for things to, involve yourself in, that, just let the time pass by, be productive, and know that you just have to put your mind into things that, and also be intentional about what you want to do. Be intentional about the relationship. If you're about to start, if you're going into it, if you have it in mind, be intentional about it. Know that there will be so many challenges, but you have to just try to make it work. That's just one basic thing. And yeah, basically, they'll be busy, but they are also very intelligent, they're very caring, and they are good at what they do. They're very, very good at what they do. Most times they enjoy their work, and but they're always tired. Always tired. So be ready to be ready to, have a lot of mental support, moral support to take care of them, and they also would take care of you definitely. So yeah, that's just my own very short advice.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Dre, any advice?
Okay. Sure. I think we should start with. Okay, my wife. in the chat said, work go finish, now person go remain. So you should be intentional with having a life outside work. Be intentional with your relationship with your partner, as to the tech bros and sis. Also to people dating tech bros and sis or marrying tech bros and sis. Yes, the advice is uh, uh, also don't be let your expectation not be overly let your standard and expectation not be unreasonable. Don't be unreasonable. And also, one very important thing, I think I'll round up with this is, I think the two parties should be intentional about being good persons first, being good humans, developing yourselves individually. And, it's like I like to sit spiritually where, the farther apart you are, the more you grow and you're navigating towards you know your fixed at looking upward and everything, the higher you go, the closer you get. So, or let me put it this way, being a Christian, I get to see us, the closer you get to Jesus, all your differences are being narrowed down, and you get closer also as individuals. So you want to work on your jealousy issue, you want to work on your anger issue, you want to be forgiven, you want to, and humans are um, emotional. You want to, and not unreasonable, maybe tech bros or the partners. You want to get better as human. So you want to get better in what you do also. You want to, for example, I'm proud of how my wife has really grown since she started. How journey in terms of her work. I'm proud of that also. So the advice to the tech people is to get better at what you do, because something it's something beautiful. Your partner also want to brag about it, and also to, if you're dating someone you know um who's in the tech also, you want to be forgiving. You just be good persons. I'm just going to look at it from randomly. Be good persons. It will really help. Be good humans. What happens if you can't do tech again? What happens if it doesn't even work out? Would you, you know, some things will last. Which is what you've built on yourself and individually. Pretty much just be good person, be good humans, and that'll be my advice to really help in your relationships. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dre. Thank you so much for those words of wisdom. And finally, Marvelous, any last words, any final thoughts on dating a tech bro? Advice for everybody out there.
Okay. Everything Dre and Onya said is actually very true. And one more thing I would like to add is that this tech bro and tech sis, what they are doing is actually a brain work. So they have to be mentally and emotionally stable to do their work, to perform that effectively. So they need peace. You as their partner, me as a girlfriend or you're married to them, you have to give them peace so that they can concentrate, they can be stabilized, they can know what they are doing. You won't be a drama queen. You can't just come around. We ladies actually, we always seek attention. We always, maybe sometimes some ladies are used to have a mood swing. Then you just want them to always come around and ask you what is wrong with you, what is wrong with you. These people don't have time to ask what is wrong with you. They don't have that time to attend to your drama just the way you want it. So you have to learn to understand them. You don't be a drama queen around them. You give them peace. They need peace so that they can concentrate on what they are doing. So that they can be exceptionally caring and they always pay attention to details. So you as their partner too, you have to give them that peace. That you have to understand them. You have to support them mentally, emotionally, and every way you can, so that the relationship can work well. Because if you are being partial, maybe you're not, I don't care, or you are showing I don't care about their work. Maybe you're not even trying to understand what they are doing. You don't even know what their work is about. That will actually cause a lot of problems because they want you to support them. They want you to be there for them. So that's it. And we have to be understanding. They don't have time every time because they have a lot of tasks they are performing. So you don't have to be. seeking attention every time, every time. Just doing, get yourself busy with something so that you won't be on their neck every time. You haven't called me, it's been over 12 hours, you haven't called me, it's been over 6 hours, you haven't called me. Maybe you are the type that even likes to call your partner maybe every hour. They don't really have that time. So you have to understand, you have to adjust. One thing about this relationship is about making sacrifices for each other. So you have to sacrifice to like amendments. You have to make amendments about some certain things like okay, if you like attention and he doesn't really have that time like that, that doesn't mean people that not have attention for their girlfriend too. You have to have attention. You have to give them that attention that we want because we ladies we always love attention. But then you have to understand them. You have to be very understanding that okay, it doesn't have lots of time. So, and the key thing is that you have to give them peace. Their mind has to be at rest every time. You can't be giving them attitude, then you expect them to be focused on what you are doing. So you have to make them feel okay, like every time. Not you performing dramas and giving them attitude. That can destabilize them, can make him forget what he's doing and not concentrate. And that can actually affect his job very well. So that's just my view about that. So that's my advice given to you.
Sorry, everybody. Internet got disconnected. I didn't hear the last things that Marvelous said, but of course, I'll be rewatching this video to get like more of that wisdom. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming around. A massive thank you to our speakers, Oyin, Marvelous, and Drey. I really appreciate you for making time to attend this session. To everybody, who, thank you so much. To everybody who was able to make the session as well, thank you so much. And I hope that you found some value from this session. So if you found some value from this session, kindly subscribe to the channel. Like after all, we give you value. What you can give us in exchange is just to it's just to subscribe. It costs nothing. Like the video. Also, share this video with your friends, to people who you know who are in tech, or people who are looking forward to get married to a tech bro or sis. Don't forget that Beyond the Code happens every month, last Friday of the month. Next month, we have another awesome topic that focuses on the soft parts, not the hard skills, the soft skills of what it is like to be in tech. My name is Aremu, but you can call me Smog Daddy when you're in a very good mood. That's when you're happy. Just call me Smog Daddy. If you're not in a good mood, do Aremu. Thanks so much for coming and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.
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 Bye.